we shot the ball. I mean, when you shoot the ball like that in the second half, it was a close game, and I thought the play at the end of the first half was big. The offensive rebound and 3 by Caleb. And then the second half, when you shoot the ball like that, it's one of those nights. So you're happy when you have them, but you know you're not going to have those every night. But we'll take it. Go ahead, guys.
All right. Everyone, raise your hand if you have any questions for Coach, and we will get to you. Austin, go ahead.
Hey, Jay, after the Georgetown game on Sunday, how important was it for you guys to have a pretty good defensive performance in this one?
You know what, Austin? I'm still – defense is such a big part of what we do, and it's probably what we're what's affecting us, where we're being affected the most, you know, by everything that's going on this season, you know, by summer and fall. And you know, if you remember when we came out of the second quarantine there, we shot the ball pretty good against Seton Hall, but you can't practice defense because, you know, you got to run your plays. You got to know what you're doing. So I think we're really behind, but second half we stepped up a little bit.
And then with Jeremiah, able to get it done inside, outside. I mean, what a good game from him on both sides of the floor. Can you kind of give an assessment on his performance?
Well, he's just so valuable to any team because night in and night out, he always does the little things to make you win. The rebounding, the screening, that always guards the best player, great team defensive player. So he does that every night. And he's really developing as an offensive player. He's been working on this. And, you know, I don't think you expect to have a night like this every night, but you know, he's had some good nights like this. And he just keeps getting more consistent. Every night he steps out on the offensive floor, the offensive end of the floor. But obviously, he never, ever has a poor game defensively or on the glass. Sometimes he doesn't get a lot of rebounds, but he keeps the opponent's best rebounder from rebounding.
All right. Thanks, Jay. Take care.
Thank you.
Aaron, go ahead.
Hey, Jay. They had cut it to 9 there at one point, and then Jeremiah hit 3 straight threes. Can you just reflect on that stretch? I mean, he hasn't had more than 2 threes in his career, and he had 3 on 3 straight possessions.
You know, it's a great point, Aaron. You know what? These are college guys, you know, and they're developing their games. You know, he didn't shoot threes in high school, so he came here to learn how to do that. You know, and you know, you don't just do it overnight. You know, you don't just come out one night. Okay, now I'm a 3-point shooter. He worked all last year. Worked all off season by himself. He's working all year. We work on it every day. He works after practice. He comes in extra. So it's just same thing with Jermaine. You know, it's starting to become a consistent part of their game. And this is what it looks like. It takes time to develop it. It's not pretty early, but you know, you gotta fight through that.
Josh, go ahead.
Hey, Jay. You guys assisted on 25 of 34 tonight. I think you were 21 of 27 on Sunday. Do you take that as a sign that you guys may be starting to get your rhythm back that you had before the pause?
You know, that's another you know, that's another area. I'm sorry, I lost. Who asked me that?
Josh.
Where are you, buddy? Oh, I got you. Sorry. Got you, Josh. You know what? That is another area like the defense. You know, the defense, you know, you can make shots on your own. You can come in the gym and shoot, but the defense you got to do together. You got to talk. You got to communicate. You got to recognize situations. And then same thing with assists. You know, you got to, they're reactionary, right? You got to know where your teammate's going to be. He's got to be there. You got to get a feel for where to throw the pass. You got to read the situation. So that's definitely true. I wish our defense would catch up with our offense that way, you know, with our assists.
Thanks, Jay.
Glenn, go ahead.
Jay, you mentioned the play at the end of the first half and how big that was. Did you notice the team get a noticeable lift, though, going into halftime from that?
I did. And, you know, I thought, we didn't play well down the stretch there in the first half. and I think that's just, I gave him a little juice going in at halftime. And I thought we actually called a timeout. We executed pretty well. We got a good shot and missed it, and it kind of looked like, oh, it's going to be one of those nights. And then we get it extra pass to Caleb there, and he bails us out of it. So I do think we felt good coming in at halftime.
Thank you, Jay.
You got it.
So go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Dawson Garcia tonight had a season high 28 points and 6 rebounds. What makes him so difficult on the floor for the Golden Eagles?
He's a talent. He is a real talent. He's got outstanding size, which a lot of basketball players do, but there's not a lot of basketball players that have that size and that skill. He shoots threes. He puts it on the floor. He makes his free throws. He drives it. He's got a lot of game. He's got a lot of weapons.
Terry, go ahead.
Hey, Jay, you were able to get Brian in tonight. How important was that? And what did you see from him, even in only a few minutes?
Yeah, we really are not evaluating Brian by games. We're evaluating by what we see every day in practice. Practice means a lot to us. So, I didn't say anything different than I see every day in practice. He's coming on, man. I say to you guys all the time, he's just had the worst luck and the worst run of missing practice opportunities and time with our staff and time with our strength coach. But I think he's going in a good direction. I'm just happy for him. He could get out there.
I mean, what kind of reaction did he have when you called his name to go into the game?
He's really level-headed, really bright kid. Like, he doesn't get as worked up about all this as everybody else does. He really is. And it's really impressive. And it's one of the things we love about him. Like, he knows his situation, he gets it. He knows he's going to be good. He knows he's going to, get time out there. And he knows what he does in practice is what's really going to make him good. And he's a part of a good team, he's like the 9th man on this team. And, you don't get in a lot that way, but anything could happen and he's got to be ready.
Thanks, Jay.
You got it.
Austin, go ahead.
Jay, I was thinking about this. I was wondering, these 9 o'clock start times on the East Coast, does it change how you guys prepare for the game? Because, like, me personally, I'm not even playing. I'm pretty tired. Like, what's it like for the players to play so late? Does it affect the game plan?
Not really the game plan, but it really affects your day of game. It's a long day of game. And, we prepare the night before. We try to keep them up late the night before, try to get them on a different, kind of a different time frame. But when you're home and you got to go to class early in the morning, it really messes you up. It really does. It's really hard for the home team to get their game day routine down and get enough rest. But when you're on the road, we let them sleep in. So we shorten up the day, but you can't do that when you're at home and you're in class.
All right. Thanks, Jay.
Got it.
Does anybody else have a question for Coach?
Jojo, you all right? We passed that.
We have a lot of excellent writers on this call that asked all the questions, so I'm good.
See, that's why you're a pro. You don't need to hear yourself talk. Appreciate that.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but thank you.
All right, guys.
Collin, this is 2 games now where you guys have looked like a well-oiled machine offensively, sharing the ball, a lot of assists. I think it was 24 on 31 baskets tonight. What's been the key for you guys moving the ball as well offensively as you're doing?
Just playing off our concepts and our habits. I think we share the ball as a team really well, and we got guys that can all pass, shoot, and dribble. So like you saw tonight, J-Rob was hitting shots, and guys were finding him, and he was making the right decisions. And last game was Jermaine, and it can be really anybody on this team. We have a lot of guys that can can score the basketball. It can be any guy on any given night. And I think we just do a good job of really sharing the ball and recognizing that.
I think your bigs are trying to upstage the guards. Jermaine hit 6 threes in a row Sunday. J-Rob hits 5 in a row tonight. You guys gonna have a game of horse and see who's better or what?
We have the utmost confidence in those guys to shoot the ball. That's what they do. They're basketball players. We don't classify them as bigs or guards or tell somebody you can't shoot, you can't dribble. We have basketball players that can catch and shoot and make plays for his teammates. So Jeremiah did a great job of just making the right decision tonight.
Thank you.
Glenn, go ahead.
Collin, you talk a little bit about the 3-point shooting tonight, insofar as that it appeared to come within the scope of the offense and really not forced at all. Does that make it more effective when that happens?
Yeah, definitely. When you get guys in the paint and guys are jump stopping, pivoting, and other guys are cutting off the ball, it makes it that much easier, and you're getting more open looks. So I think guys were just doing a really good job of making the right decisions at the right times and knowing when to go to score and when to kick it out to their teammates, make an extra pass.
Thank you, Collin.
Terry, go ahead.
Hey, Collin, you guys have had a lot of these 9 o'clock games lately. How difficult is it? And kind of take us through your game day routine for this.
Yeah, they're tougher because on a normal schedule, if you're playing earlier, you're in bed earlier. And even on a regular day, you need to get your rest. So we finish practice a little bit earlier in the day sometimes, and you're going to bed earlier, but you just got to kind of prepare for it. We go about our days pretty normally. You go to class if you have class, if you're at home for the first early ones, and then it's just same game prep. It's just a little bit later in the day. But it's nothing new to us. We have guys that have been in the program, so we've been we know what it's like.
And take us through that play at the end of the first half, and what kind of lift did that give you guys?
Yeah, we were just trying to go to make plays, and I saw Caleb, and I kicked it to him. And I was going to convert and get back on defense, and the ball just happened to come to me around the 3-point line, and had a bunch of guys run at me, so Caleb was open again.
What kind of lift did it give you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all of our focus was on the defense end coming out of halftime. We knew we had to get stops and just to defend and rebound, and we knew that the offense would come within the flow of the offense. So it did give us a lift going into halftime, and we just kind of were able to focus on defending and rebound coming out.
Austin, go ahead.
Oh, my mistake. Terry already asked my question. I don't know why it seemed like that was mad delayed, but my bad.
That's no worries. Does anybody else have a question for Collin? If so, just unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, Collin,
Go ahead. Hold
you-
on. David Melandra, hold on. There's someone else who unmuted themselves first. I'll get to you
Sorry,
after.
it's Tom Moore from Bucks County. I was just wondering kind of where do you think your team is right now? Just sort of big picture wise.
Yeah, we still have a lot of work to do. We go into every day with a growth mindset, and just our guys are great with just being open to getting better each and every day, knowing that we need to get better at our habits and our concepts and playing Villanova basketball for 40 minutes. So we still have a lot of room to grow, and we could get a lot better. So as long as we just keep having that mindset and going each and every day and just wanting to get better, wanting to learn from our mistakes and watching film and learning and growing from it, then I think we'll be pretty good by the end. And that's our goal, just to be the best Villanova team, best Villanova basketball team by the end.
Thank you.
David, go ahead.
Hey, Collin, how would you assess how you guys have handled everything so far with the way how college basketball has been so far, starting and then stopping because of the COVID cases and then starting back up?
Yeah, it's tough, but we're doing as best we can. Everything's very uncertain this year, so you just got to take it day by day, be appreciative of every practice, every meeting, every film session that you get, every opportunity to learn, because you don't know when it's going to be taken away from you, like the end of last year, like the middle of this year for us. So we're just going into every day, just grateful for the opportunity that we have that day.
All right, thank you, Collin.
Jeremiah, there was a stretch there in the second half where you took a three, you made it, and kind of repeated that for the next two possessions. When you get in that kind of rhythm, do you just have that kind of confidence where you feel like you can make a shot from anywhere?
I feel like that just comes with the preparation. Just I'm a big Kobe guy, and he just talks about just when you take thousands of shots in that same situation, you're so confident going into the game and don't have to really think about it and just making the right decision. I felt the right decision was to take the shot, so I just stayed confident as possible and just try to stick them.
And then on their defense, what did you see from their defense that allowed you to kind of go off offensively?
I think we did a great job driving and kicking out and kind of just taking the forwards and letting them sink in a little bit to try to block shots or rebound and just kind of opened up, and the guards just made the right play. We made extra passes just for open threes.
All right. Thanks, Jeremiah.
Aaron, go ahead.
Hey, Jeremiah. Jay praised the work that you do in practice, extra work and such on your long-range game. Can you tell us what exactly your three-point preparation has been like and what's helped you become a better shooter from there?
Yeah, I mean, for sure work at it with the assistants to get my shot preparation and right, just little details, pay attention to the details. So just getting a lot of those shots up. So when you're in the game, you're taking a lot of those shots, so you're just as confident as possible. And I feel like just not mentally thinking about trying to make the shot, because if you try to make it, then you're probably going to miss it or mess up on your preparation from your shot before you catch the ball. But I would say just staying as confident as possible, and just if you miss one, keep shooting the ball like you're going to make the next one.
Joe, go ahead.
Jeremiah, the bigs have really done the job from three-point land. Jermaine hit his first 6 on Sunday. You went 5 for 5 today. What does that say about the balance of your team, that, you have 5 guys that can, that are just as deadly from the three as every other one of your teammates?
I think it's a really special thing and part of our team that any given guy can go off any night. So the other team's scouting report could be focused on maybe 2 of the guys on our team. So then it's more open for the other guys. So it's just making the right decisions and just being confident with one another, knowing that we're going to make the right decisions and make the extra passes and just stay confident making those shots.
Thank you.
Terry, go ahead.
Jeremiah, you guys kind of do some things in reverse. Your guards are very good at getting into the paint and kicking out the shooters. Usually it's big men kicking out the guards. What makes that so effective for you guys?
I would think it's just kind of how Villanova basketball is, that the guards can play as a big or guard the bigs, and the bigs can guard the guards and play like a point guard. So I think it's just the way we practice and just our preparation for the games, and just how the coaches are teaching us on a day-to-day basis in practice.
Thank you.
David, go ahead.
Hey, Jeremiah, how do you think you guys responded after losing to St. John's? Was that considered like an eye opener for you guys, the way how you looked, and now you've won 2 in a row?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, it's I think it can be a good thing at times. Not everybody wants to lose. Of course, you don't want to lose. You want to win every game. But I feel like it kind of just it puts us in our place and know that we have a room for improvement, and there's always growth in everything we can do. So we didn't go to next practice, start doing different stuff because we lost the game. We just go back and just do and play Villanova basketball in practice, and just keep doing the same detail, pay attention to details and the same things we do every day.
Austin, go ahead.
Jeremiah, for you guys as players, how cool is it to see Brian on the floor tonight for the first time this year?
It's great. We see him every day in practice and know how great of a player he is, and how great of a player he's going to be for the team. And it's just a lot of fun seeing some of those guys out there on the court and just getting those really important minutes out there to get that preparation for further in their careers.
And when you see, what he does in practice at, having so many injuries and having the battle all through that, does it is it sort of rewarding for you guys to see him out there, kind of as like a checkpoint for him?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's just a lot of fun just playing out there with everybody on the team. And he does a phenomenal job in practice. He plays as a lot of the other guys, like when we play against another team who play, say, as their point guard, and he does a great job. He's the reason we were prepared going into our games and just always making us better in practice every day.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Does anybody else? Oh, Josh, go ahead.
Hey, Jeremiah. Defensively, I thought you had some success disrupting them, hedging their screens. Can you just talk about the overall effort on the defensive side of the ball tonight?
Yeah, our first half wasn't as acceptable as how we normally would like it to be. So that was a big important detail for us going in the second half, and I think we did a really good job at that. And it's just staying focused on the details, like when coach tells us our certain ball screens, just knowing what ball screen we're in and how we're going to play and our coverages on the help side or on ball side. So just keep playing. We can't, not one person can stop the whole offense on the other team. So we all have to just stay together on defense and just play off each other.